London Fashion Week has kicked off with all its usual glitz and glamour, and as the biggest designers take centre stage to showcase their latest creations and set this year's trends, protesters from Extinction Rebellion gathered outside to remind the world about the true cost of fast fashion. 80 billion pieces of clothing are produced every year, and many of those are discarded not long after they've been bought. The true cost of fast fashion is now becoming apparent. The industry is one of the largest polluters in the world, right up there with oil and agriculture. And cotton production is a big part of its carbon footprint. Almost half of all clothing contains cotton. Well, Lara Lewington has been to Sweden to see a facility which is hoping to refashion our cotton garments several times over.
From the cotton fields to the clothes rail, it takes 20,000 litres of water to make just 1 kilogram of cotton. And to put that into context, that's enough for a t-shirt and pair of jeans. And that's why what's going on here is so important. At this Swedish recycling mill, a fifth of that water is needed to create a comparable amount of fabric. The place runs on wind and water power, converting cotton into viscose in a process classed as climate positive. These bales are stacked full of denim, in this case leg panels from pairs of jeans. So although this facility could separate any metal fastening or even any stitching which is made out of something that isn't cotton, here this batch has arrived all sorted already. But here an eco-friendly chemical process is followed by de-dyeing the fabric. Any remaining colour is then removed through chlorine-free bleaching. And water then transports this pulp into the next stage where it'll be dried for transportation, resulting in quite literally a blank canvas to be sold on to clothing companies. And this is the end result, a sheet of what's known as circulose, a type of dissolving pulp. That gets sold on and turned into thread, which feels a bit like cotton wool. And from there, of course, it's used to make clothes. Feels pretty nice. That's now made out of viscose, and it's recyclable again, about 5 to 6 times. This was in fact a proof of concept seen on the catwalk a few years back. This was in 2014. 4 years down the line, this facility was ready to be opened.
We can produce 7,000 tons per year annually of this dissolving pulp, and that equals the weight of 30 million t-shirts. We are the first company which is doing this on an industrial scale. We are not just producing kilos, we're producing tons of this, and that's very, very important for the industry to realize that this could be done on a real scale and make a real difference. Because if you just talk about kilos, nobody can actually make a change with a few kilos, but you can make a change with thousands of tons of material. And you can show the world that this is actually working.
Raw materials being sorted is just one piece of the puzzle though. This denim had to be shipped from the US, although with scale more facilities could open worldwide, reducing the carbon footprint of that element. And how about the labour afterwards? Well, that isn't in RenewCell's remit, but is of course part of the bigger picture. In the meantime, high street chain H&M, one investor in the company, will soon have clothing originating from this process on their shop floors. But the big dream here is that by 2030, the clothing industry might use 100% recycled or sustainably sourced materials. And whilst that may sound unachievable now, clearly times and attitudes are changing.
That was Lara